busting. Many brothers I be sparking and rusting, man, like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime, and today we're going to take things a step further. So I've already done a video talking about what happened with Rock Lee and why Rock Lee wasn't able to use the inner gates when he was going up against Isshiki Otsutsuki, and why people saying that this was a huge plot hole made absolutely no sense. Well, I want to take things a step further, okay? I want to take it a step further, and I want to kind of point out some stuff I do feel like people missed, and I actually cut this out of my episode review simply for the fact that I did not want the review to go over 20 minutes, and looking back at it, I probably should have included more of this stuff in the review because I feel like we probably could have nipped some of this stuff in the bud, but I really do not think people realize how strong, how fast, and how overpowered Isshiki Otsutsuki is. Everything that you saw from Jigen is basically a drop in the bucket. I told you guys in yesterday's video that, like, even if Rock Lee used the 6th, 7th, even the 8th gate, it wouldn't have mattered any bit. And I want to go further and explain to you why Isshiki Otsutsuki is the most overpowered character that we've seen so far. Like, Choji used expansion jutsu, Kiba was using fang over fang, Tenten was in the position where she gets ready to summon her summoning tools. Did none of that stuff matter? Even if they were in a situation where they didn't have to worry about evacuating all the people, they would have got bodied. And if you cannot accept this now, if you think that Isshiki is at a power level relative to Jigen, you're going to be in for a very rude awakening over the next couple of episodes, because Isshiki is utterly broken, and I'm going to explain why without going into super heavy spoilers because I don't want to ruin it for anime only fans. Being blunt with you, if Jigen on a scale from 1 to 10 was a 10, then Isshiki would be a 15 on that same scale. It does not matter that Choji used expansion jutsu, does not matter that Kiba was getting ready to go into the process of using the fang over fang, does not matter that Rock Lee, even if he would have gone into the 7th gate, no amount of strategy and teamwork is going to overcome a power gap that big. And I'm going to use examples with Naruto and Sasuke versus Isshiki to kind of prove to you why all that is null and void. So the summoning speed of Isshiki's secret dojutsu is so fast that even from a distance, when Naruto and Sasuke are powered up into their most powerful forms, from a distance, they had trouble avoiding it. So this is Sasuke with the power amp that comes from having the Rinnegan active. This is Naruto with the Sage's 6 Pass mode with the kyuubi chakra cloak stacked on top of it. Sasuke, even with the Sharingan and Rinnegan's visual prowess, was barely able to avoid being crushed by the cubes that were being summoned from Isshiki's summoning dimension. Naruto had shadow clones destroyed because they weren't able to get out the way, and even Naruto barely managed to get free. And reminder, that's them from a distance, having time to see the attack and get out of the way from the attack. And they're barely able to get away from it. So unless you're saying from at point blank range, from that time when Konohamaru's Rasengan was about to hit Isshiki, and Isshiki summoned those objects from that dimension, that Tenten, Rock Lee, Konohamaru, Kiba, Choji, that any of those characters are going to be able to avoid summoning speed at point blank range that Naruto and Sasuke struggled to get away from when they had a considerable distance between them. It's not happening. Like, Kashin Koji had Sage Mode, and even with Sage Mode's sensory abilities, Kashin Koji wasn't even able to avoid the attack. He was barely aware that the attack was even coming. That summoning speed that his secret dojutsu has is absolutely busted. Even if you say that the pillars get summoned at a slower rate than the cubes, which there's nothing that proves that, but even if you say it, the fact that Sage Mode's sensory abilities didn't even alert Kashin Koji in time, and he was in a similar situation as Rock Lee and the rest of them, there's no way in hell they're fast enough to outblitz something that Sage Mode's sensory abilities didn't even pick up. Until Kashin Koji looked down and said, oops, I got an ouchie. I need to apply for my shinobi disability benefits. Let me talk to Sasuke and Might Guy about that. But it's not just the speed of his secret dojutsu that makes him so dangerous and deadly. Isshiki has insane combat speed. The fact of the matter is that when Naruto and Sasuke with coordinated attacks were fighting alongside one another, Sasuke, even with the Rinnegan amp that Sasuke gets, wasn't able to land one hit on Isshiki. Let that sink in. Sasuke, with somebody as powerful as 6-pass Chakra Mode Naruto fighting alongside of him, Sasuke was not able to land one hit on Isshiki. And Naruto, despite as powerful as Naruto is, the best shots that Naruto got were sneak attacks, where Naruto caught Isshiki off guard when he used the chakra arms and held Isshiki in place. And if you look at the manga version, Naruto uses 4 chakra arms. 2 of them get blocked by Isshiki. So that means Naruto connected on a grand total of 2 hits with the chakra arms. And the other good attack that he got in on Isshiki was a sneak attack when Isshiki was stepping on Boruto. The fact that Isshiki's combat speed is that insane to where Naruto and Sasuke, for as busted as the Rinnegan makes Sasuke and as busted as 6-pass Chakra Mode makes Naruto, that's the best they could do. You have to sit there and say that Rock Lee is somewhat dangerously close to where Naruto and Sasuke are in their base form to even make the argument that the 7th gate is going to give Rock Lee power that exceeds Sasuke's Rinnegan and puts him closer to Naruto's 6-pass Chakra Mode, and there's no indication that that's even the case. And I will say this, I've seen people say, well, you know, Might Guy did this in the 6th and 7th gate. I'll give you this, and I'll even go a step further. When you look at what happens in the light novels, less than a year after the war ends, Kakashi is sparring with Rock Lee, and Rock Lee's powered up to a point that for a second, Kakashi thinks that he's sparring against Might Guy. It is implied that Rock Lee came very close to catching up to Might Guy in the time after the war, which, I mean, it makes sense. He watched his sensei battle against Madara, use the 8th gate, so that's definitely inspiration. By the time Naruto gets married, after the events of Naruto the Last, it's confirmed, I believe, in the Konoha novel, A Beautiful Day for a Wedding, that Rock Lee has mastered the 7th gate. Now you're in a situation where Rock Lee has had over a decade to train and get more powerful after somebody like Kakashi's already established that he's dangerously close to Might Guy's level. So this is a stronger Rock Lee, but I do not believe that Rock Lee is anywhere close to 6-pass Chakra Mode Naruto. And that's just based on different things that we've seen in other light novels as well. The fact that Naruto and Sasuke couldn't even tag this dude with coordinated attacks, and it took blind luck, and this same person left Sasuke near death after 5 attacks. Even if they coordinated and used all this strategy, it wouldn't have made a difference. There's no amount of strategy that can overcome a power gap that huge to where you're able to come out and secure victory. Like, I'm just giving you a warning, a heads up, because I read the manga. Even if the anime adds extra scenes and make Naruto and Sasuke look like they did better in the anime version, like they did in episode 204, if you're having a hard time accepting the fact that Rock Lee and the rest of them got bodied at point blank range by Isshiki's secret dojutsu summoning, if you're having a hard time accepting that, you're going to be absolutely shocked after the next 2 or 3 Boruto episodes, because you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Isshiki is a lot stronger than you've even been given a small taste of his power, and there are other characters that are coming, including one that you've already seen that is a lot stronger than a lot of you guys giving credit for. I mean, this is one of those times where I'm just gonna be blunt. A lot of people are stuck in Shippuden. A lot of people think that these characters just magically stop growing in terms of power in regards to where they were during the 4th Great Ninja War. That's not the case. The sooner people acknowledge that and accept that, the easier it's going to be to accept the fact that there are characters that if they give Naruto and Sasuke a tough time, these other characters stand no chance. Like, I get it. In shonen, 16 years in a battle shonen is pretty much a walking blank canvas for any writer to power up characters to insane levels. We saw what 2.5 years of a time skip did to the members of Team 7, to where they went from the power levels that you saw during the Sasuke retrieval arc to all of a sudden they're fighting against people in the Akatsuki, and the Akatsuki members are people who are Kage level fighters. So we saw what 2.5 years of a time skip did. So what the hell do you think 16 years of a time skip between the end of the 4th Great Ninja War and where we are currently in the anime was going to do? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.